In this video, we're going to look at alternative measures of unemployment. I'm going to use United States data for June 2019. So here's one measure of unemployment. We're going to take the number of unemployed that are unemployed for 15 weeks or longer and divide it by the labor force. And we get a rate in June 2019 of 1.3%. These numbers are in thousand. So we got a little over 2 million people in the United States, 2.1 million people in the United States that have currently been unemployed 15 weeks or longer, and we divide it by the United States labor force, which includes employed plus unemployed, and that is almost 163 million. So this measure of unemployment is just basically if you're concerned about long-term unemployment, not too concerned about short-term unemployment, you'd want to look at U1 measure. Another measure of unemployment is U2, and this takes job losers and persons who completed temporary jobs as a percent of the labor force. And the U2 measure here is basically looking more at involuntary unemployment. You're excluding people that are unemployed because they voluntarily quit their job, or they're re-entering the labor market for the first time, or re-entering the labor market for second or third time searching for a job. So in the United States, this measure of unemployment for June was 1.7%. And this is the official unemployment rate, U3, the number of unemployed divided by the labor force, and that comes in at 3.7%, almost 6 million people unemployed. Moving on. U4 measure of unemployment. We're going to take the number of unemployed and add to it discouraged workers. And what is a discouraged worker? Persons not in the labor force, but who want and are available for a job, and who have looked for a job sometime in the past 12 months, or since the end of their last job if they held one within the past 12 months, but who are not currently looking because they believe there are no jobs available or there are none for which they would qualify. So discouraged workers in our official unemployment measure are not considered unemployed because they haven't made a recent attempt at trying to find a job. So this measure of unemployment is a little bit broader, and it's going to include discouraged workers as unemployed. And in this case, the unemployment rate is slightly higher than the official rate, coming in at 3.9%. And you can see in the United States in June 2019, there were 425,000 people that were labeled as discouraged workers. Moving on. We have a U5 and U6 measure of unemployment. The U5 measure of unemployment is broader yet. It includes the unemployed, but it's also including now what I call marginally attached workers. Marginally attached workers are persons who are not in the labor force. They want and are available for work and had looked for a job sometime in the prior 12 months. They are not counted as unemployed because they had not searched for work in the prior 4 weeks because of things such as illness, school, family responsibilities, transportation issues, car broke down, or some child care issues, or some other reasons. The marginally attached are a group that includes discouraged workers. So marginally attached workers also includes your discouraged worker group. And we can see the U5 measure here in June was 4.6%. And our final alternative measure of unemployment is called U6. It is broader yet. The difference between U6 and U5 is this PTE. PTE are persons employed part-time for economic reasons, are those that are working less than 35 hours per week but who want a full-time job. So these are people that the best they could find is a part-time work, but they really desire full-time employment. So we're going to consider those as unemployed, or maybe underemployed, if you will. And let's see, in June 2019, there were roughly 4.3 million of those folks part-time for economic reasons, and that would bring this alternative measure of unemployment to 7.2%. Okay, that's it. I hope you found this video helpful.